Could I have you introduce yourself briefly?
Okay, I'm Gary Spaeth, and I'm running for Helena City Commission.
Excellent. And what do you do for a living, or are you retired?
I am semi-retired now. I'm a consultant.
Okay. A business consultant, or?
Yes, political consultant.
Consultant. All right. And how long have you lived in Helena?
Since 1974.
And what previous experience do you have in terms of running for elected office?
Okay, I was in the legislature from Carbon County for 8 years.
And currently you're on the Helena Citizens Council.
I'm the Helena, I guess that is an elected position, yes. So I'm chairman of the Helena Citizens Council.
Had 2 terms on there, if I recall.
2 terms.
Very good. And why did you decide to run for City Commission?
Well, as chairman of the Helena Citizens Commission Council, I have been going to all the administrative meetings and city commissioner meetings for the last 2 years. And I have sat in on all those meetings, and I just decided that I was as well qualified as anybody could be. And since I'd been working with the Citizens Council and the Commission, I had some ideas that I wanted to pursue.
You talked a little bit about qualifications. What do you feel are some of your best qualifications for the position?
Okay, being involved, I was one in the legislature and very successful there. I have been involved in state government since 1974, off and on, so I know Helena well. I know the major business in Helena. I'm presently chairman of the Lewis and Clark Fair Foundation. I was chairman of the Lewis and Clark Humane Society, involved in a lot of activities. I was on Growing Friends of Helena, and the list goes on and on. Those are the highlights, I guess, of my involvement.
What do you see as the #1 issue that's going to be facing the city over the next 4 years?
Okay, the #1 issue, I think, is infrastructure. We have to take care of the infrastructure. But I think that what I see and would like to see a change is right now the Helena City Commission is reactive. And I think that they need to move from that position and become proactive. See things down the road and try and solve them.
Very good. How satisfied are you with the level of services that are being provided right now by the city, and do you think there's any room for improvement?
Well, there's always room for improvement, but I think the city of Helena is well run as far as what I consider what a city should be doing administratively. The potholes get filled reasonably fast, for an example. The garbage gets picked up on time, and that's the functions of the city bureaucracy. I think the city commission can do more on policy than they are right now. In fact, they sort of show up at meetings and sort of react to whatever they see on the agenda, but they don't create the agenda.
What do you think is working well in city government right now, and what do you think it needs to be improved on?
Well, I think the street department is doing a good job with the money that they have. This summer you saw a substantial amount of overlays. We have some pretty good streets. Of course, there's potholes. There's some bad streets, but you can't do everything. Water and garbage department, those are all run efficiently. But I think that we can do more as far as, for an example, Helena is the highest number of veterans per capita of any city in Montana. We also have Fort Harrison out there with 2,000 employees. And we don't even do anything and mention anything at all for our veterans in town. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I support and think that there should be an active veteran on the city commission. I think, for an example, we could be doing more for our state employees. Some of them may be laid off right now, and the city of Helena should be doing anything they can, and they may not be able to do anything, but they should be looking at what could be done in support of our state employees.
Very good. I think you sort of alluded to it as well just now, but are there issues that you feel hasn't gotten enough attention from the City Commission?
Well, those issues haven't got any attention from the City Commission. We came out against President Trump's withdrawal from the Paris climate control, but we do nothing for our local folks. I originally had come up with a slogan, Helena First, but I didn't want to get it confused with President Trump's America First. But I think we should be looking at what we do in Helena and taking positions in relation to what we have in Helena, as opposed to looking too far afield.
Again, I think this is something that you sort of covered with your last response, but philosophically, what do you think the role of the city government ought to be in this city?
Well, there's two things here. One, the city government should be providing the services that all cities provide: fire services, police services, street repair, those types of services. But the city commission is the body principally delegated the policy for the city of Helena, and I think we should be looking closer at our policies in Helena than we do at the present.
In this race, several of the candidates are running together as sort of unofficial slates. Are you endorsing or been endorsed by any of the other candidates?
I'm not a part of they call themselves the progressives. I'm a Democrat, and I'm not in any extreme mode. I'm in pragmatism.
Very good. Well, my final question then, what message would you like to leave voters with as they make their decisions? Okay,
I think that first off, experience matters, and I have more experience than anyone else, and I have no need to do an OJT. I've been going to the meetings for 3.5 years in my position on the Helena Citizens Council, and I think effectiveness counts. And I've always been effective throughout my career, both in the legislature and in other instances.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.